Hey all, so Aaron from Press Play on here. Just thought I would have a play and put in my brand new BBC Micro MMC card. Now, if you've listened to the podcast, we didn't touch on the Beebs, poor thing, but yeah, I thought seeing as it rocked up a bit earlier this week, I'd pop it on video and have a look at it. So, if you have a look, that's the actual card itself. If it wants to get into focus, which it doesn't. Good video. Bad video. Anyway, pretty basic piece of kit. MMC card goes in the front. Spot for the user port, which is this delightful lead, which just plugs into the front. And of course, like all good Beebs, the ROM chip that goes in to support it. Now, to give you an idea, let's get this up a little bit. Straight up. There we go. So we have one BBC Micro. Now, for those who've never had a look, underneath here, and I don't know if you can see it too well, you've got the key, basically where all the add-ons go. So power for external drives, connector for the disk drive, connector for the printer. Oops, I have it down a bit. That's better. The user port, which is what we'll be coming back to, and some other expanded bits and pieces. So with this, unlike a lot of the other flash cards and that, this does mount through the ribbon cable, and it's actually a pretty easy one to get hooked up. So let's get started. So what we're going to do, just going to get this camera right again. Yeah, there, looks good. So I'm going to pop the lid off. Now I've already taken the screws off because seriously, watching people unscrew stuff is boring. So here is the insides of the Beebs. So the keyboard itself is normally attached with 2 screws and some nuts, but I'm not going to undo the ribbon cable because I don't actually need to for the purpose of this. So pretty over-engineered piece of kit. Power supply, obviously. Now, normally you'd have the banks of add-on ROMs where you can put in things like having built-in spreadsheets, built-in word processors, disk file system, basic ROM stuff. I don't know enough about them to really be an expert. You should go listen to episode 11, actually, when Rob Caporetto jumped on and had a bit of a very good chat about these to get more of an understanding of what these things actually are capable of. However, mine has a 14 ROM slot adapter thingamajiggy, which plugs basically into 2 of the ports there, sort of sits in that, and then it expands it out to actually allow me to have up to 14 ROMs. Now, unfortunately, this little guy, which I don't always want to focus, stupid camera, doesn't seem to play very nicely with those. So what I'm going to do is mount it over here. I've got a little spare spot, and these still work despite having this in. So just get this set up, and we'll go from there. So just making sure the notch is lined up. And there we go. Nicely, easily done. So all I have to do now is to plug it in and turn it on.
I don't know if I'm...
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so she's all plugged in, and we're gonna pop it on. So that beep you hear is, let's cut across to the beeps. Now, of course, what's the most important thing to have? The video cable. Don't have my RGB lead for this one yet, so we'll have to do. But if you've never seen a beeps before, this is it in all its glory. 32K of memory. The AMX Super ROM is for the mouse. The disk file system, it obviously tells me basics loaded. Now, at the moment, one slight problem, I haven't plugged the adapter in, so while I can tell it to access it, and for these, so here we go. So what that means is I've tried to say, hey, go fire up the card system, and I can't find it. So what I'm going to do is pop it off again. Going to grab this. So much like you set up an IDE hard drive or floppy drive, just clips straight in. There's a notch, so you can't screw it up. And the same goes with the user port underneath the BBC. So where I pointed it out before, we're just going to come in here. Can only go in one way. Of course, it's just going to make sure there's little latches that'll slide over once I get it in the right spot. There we go. And now it's nice and firm. Okay, so now it's attached. Just going to whip that over there. Out of sight. Let's try again. Okay, so this time I'm going to go again. So asterisk card, and if all goes to plan, there we go. Now that's initialized the card. So what I'm going to do to load the actual file menu is asterisk again. Now I don't know enough about this, but shortened version of the thing to load it, fires it up, and there we have it. One disk simulator / flash hard drive, and games are just a matter of find something you want to play. Let's go back a page, shall we? There you go. Let's go Chucky Egg. That delightful built-in speaker. This thing does actually have a audio jack out I need to hook up and use, because it'll probably sound a touch better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is change the keys, because trying to play this with the default keys is horrible. So up, down, left, right, and space. Let's start. One. And there we go, Chucky Egg, and that's it. And now to get out, we've just hit, there's the break key on the keyboard, resets it, and we just simply go through the process again of, except you need to load the card first, because if you don't, it doesn't know what to do with it. Anyway. That's the BBC Micro MMC adapter. Hope you enjoy it. I'll throw a link up once I post this, so if you want to go and find where I got it from on eBay, you'll be able to check it out. Alright,